Doug's Way here, and my channel here is about building solar systems to empower our lives. It's been a long journey here. My latest build here has been my shop solar system. I got my start by building my first system for my truck camper. From there, I progressed into building a solar system on my house, and then I built this large system here for run my shop. Basically, I'm going to show an overview here of my shop system. I have other videos on the build, so if you want to see those, they're in my video list. And hope you enjoy this video. If you like what you see here, hit the like and subscribe button. I have more content coming and plenty of tips along the way. So let's get started. So any of you have seen my house system overview. Basically what I use here is a Huffman electrical box, large one. This one I believe is 62 by 20. The one in the house is 52 by about 12. I like this one here a lot better. I was able to double roll my cells, and that allowed me to put 8 battery packs in here at 280 amp hours each, and that gives me about 114 kilowatt hours of power in reserve here. So basically everything runs here to the center. My BMSs here are mounted on the post, and then I run a bus bar down for negative and positive. Cables exit the back side. It's all shown in my build video, so you can see that later. I run communication cables on out here. And then on the end, I have all JK screens, 8 of them here mounted on the end. And also I can switch off my BMSs using the power button or turn them back on. It's a nice cabinet. I had to repaint it, but you know, these work really well. So if you get the choice, find one that's at least 62, if not bigger. They also make like a 72 and at least a 20-inch deep. So that way you can fit more cells in there and have a lot more room to work. The inverters here are SRNE ASPs. These are 10 kilowatt output each. Basically 5,000 watts on each 120 volt leg. I run the power down into this box here, and this is my combiner. Okay, and basically you can only get 6 gauge wire into the inverters, and so you're going to combine it, backfeed 2 breakers, combine it, and then I run 1 gauge over to my main panel. On the PV input here, I just have a couple IMOs. Don't buy the cheapies, buy the genuine unit. Everything's all encased in conduit. Up top here, I have Solar Assistant laying up there. Just ran the cables down here. I run a 1,000 amp smart shunt. On the end here, I have a 600 amp rated switch, and it's on the negative side. And then I have a button for a pre-charge resistor, and I also labeled it. I also have a little window there. You can see the light bulb, it's back in here. Basically, when you go to switch it on, you press the button first, and until the light bulb goes out, and then you can throw your switch on, okay? Using a Victron Chargeverter, and that feeds up to my Solar Assistant. I have a 250 amp Class T fuse for each inverter, and I run a Lynx bus bar just like I did in my house system. Power comes in from the batteries, goes down into the Lynx, and then is split off for each inverter that way. As far as AC input and output, AC input is ran through a conduit underneath the trough, comes right up the bottom, runs straight up that conduit. The AC output comes here, runs through a raceway, and then into my box there, of course. I have a Chargeverter here, okay, and I run the cables on down. That feeds in the end of the trough and just mount a couple posts. Positive goes into the Lynx bus bar. The negative, of course, is tied to that 1,000 amp hour shunt, and I like that 1,000 amp shunt because it gives you all those spaces that you can attach cables to. Okay, PV wire comes in here. Of course, I have a label. It's run through FMC, and I ran it straight on up through, and then it runs right on up to my IMOs. Then from the IMOs, it runs to each inverter again through a raceway. I used 1.25 inch conduit because I have 1 gauge wire. So basically, I have this conduit here is AC input in, and then the other 2 are AC output. And of course, I had some extra 1.25 inches, so I use it up. Then I ran flex here, and this ran it into my conduit, and that gives my AC input. This box here contains 2 contactors here, and that is for controlling the Chargeverters remotely. I have a Chargeverter in my house, and I have a Chargeverter here. Basically what I did is I had a 3/4 inch conduit. It originally ran over here for a welder outlet, and I just pulled that out, ran an 1 inch conduit there to feed this 100 amp hour box. and then I just ran a 3/4 back out so I could cover my welder outlet down there. This is my grid feed panel. I ran, I think it's 1 gauge from the breaker panel. I have a breaker panel mounted on the outside of the wall. I made my main panel here a sub panel, and then basically just fed power from there over to this box. So this is my grid input panel. And of course you have to have 2 inverters. And the reason for that is, I'll open it up. The reason you have to have split it down into 2 circuits is you can only run 6 gauge wire into each inverter. That's all the terminals will take. And so that way you basically run your 1 gauge over to here. Then you run a breaker for each one, and then 6 gauge wire to your AC input on your inverters. A lot of guys haven't been running any AC input. They've been just running a Chargeverter and run it that way. But, you know, there is some conversion loss there. So I prefer it this way. I usually have it always shut off. Unless my battery bank gets really low, you're not even going to ever see those on. I've been running this system here now for, about a month. It has worked really, really well. I mean, it's been pretty impressive here. You know, it's been a lot of work because I built everything here from scratch. On my AC output here, I run it on my box here, and of course ran an 1.25" conduit, and then it runs over my main panel. So basically that's a nice overview of it. If you like what you see here, hit the like and subscribe button. I got more content coming. I'm going to be putting up some more solar panels yet this next summer. And actually I'm taking my shop system and I'm going to take the LV6548s out. And I've already ordered 3 more of these SRNEs. And I'm going to swap out the LV6548s for these. And the LV6548s are going to go, one of them's going to go in my work trailer for powering that. So if you like to see here, like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. I got more content coming, and catch some rays, and we'll see you later.